right, Capricorn. Some sage and some rose petals to cleanse the space. 3 chimes to bring in positive energy. This is a general reading for the sign of Capricorn. If you have Capricorn anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. It is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. You know what is for you and what is not for you. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Capricorn. What would you like Capricorn to know or to be aware of during or for this reading? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn, again, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Always use your intuition. Always trust your gut when seeking advice. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn, thank you for tuning in and supporting the channel. I really do appreciate that. My name is Greta, and I am an intuitive reader. We do use the tarot, the horoscope, the zodiac, the sun, the moon placement, and the planetary placement to get an idea of the energy, but I always trust intuition. I always trust what Spirit is trying to tell me when doing your reading. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Capricorn. What is it that you would like Capricorn to know or to be aware of during or for this reading? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for Capricorn. Capricorn, if this is your first time tuning in, the layout of this reading, when we are looking at that top row, we are looking at your work life, your professional life, and the energy that is surrounding you there. When we are looking at this third row, we are looking at your home life, your personal life, your private life, and the energy that is surrounding you there. This final row, this third row, is final takeaway, final messages. And before we get into the foundation of this reading, let's use these intuition cards. What we'll do is we have these various shapes, these ESP, these intuition cards. I'll give them a quick shuffle. I'll select one of these cards and I'll send that image to you. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Capricorn. I'm sending that image to you. The foundation, the basis of your reading is the Knight of Pentacles. Being at a pause, being at a standstill. And that is forced by the Three of Cups. Celebration of the harvest. There's a celebration that causes a standstill. It's almost like a time to savor the moment. A time to savor the moment. And let's see how that plays into the rest of your cards this week, Capricorn. We start off with the Five of Pentacles, which is a pivotal point, a turning point, a time not to focus on the past. We have the Nine of Swords, stress, worry, stress and worry that's almost to the point of agony. After last week's reading, I'm not surprised to see this card. Last week we talked about two big projects coming in, are working on two big projects, each demanding your attention. Two very demanding projects. The Hermit card. The teacher, the wisdom within, following our inner light, following our guiding light. Having a plan, putting together a plan, taking action, time for action. The 7 in tarot represents perfection, imagination, awareness, and healing. Capricorns are always seeking perfection. Not only are you always seeking perfection, but you're also bold and fearless in all that you take on. You strive for excellence. And when you're striving for excellence, that really does keep you satisfied. It's like you're not happy unless you're striving for excellence. When you're striving for excellence, you're also inspiring those around you. You're leading by example. And your ability to lead by example is really serving you well at this time. What I'm surprised hereby is that those around you are not telling you how you are inspiring them. And they're not letting you know how valued you are or how invaluable you are. They're not that Capricorns need to have that a boy, not that they need to have that pat on the back. It's more like the needing to know that we're not in this alone. The needing to know that this is not all falling only on my shoulders. You definitely are rising to the occasion. You're handling it well. And again, I'm referring a little bit back to last week's reading. If you have not watched last week's reading, you may want to watch that reading. But when we are working so diligently, so tirelessly, and we're seemingly carrying the weight of others, while being a Capricorn, we don't need that pat on the back. We don't need all of that, but we do need to know that we're not in it alone. And that's why I'm surprised that those around you are really not letting you know how valuable you are to the team and how much they have come to rely on you for inspiration. Yeah, I'm just really surprised that that's not what they're telling you. They may not be telling you, but you definitely are, and they do value you. And hopefully one of these times soon, one of these days soon, they will find the words or the ability to show their appreciation towards you properly. And then we have the Queen of Swords, finding clarity. Finding clarity, the Two of Swords, a third option, something we're not seeing, something we're not aware of. The Ten of Pentacles, happily ever after, emotional fulfillment. And so 10 in the tarot represents endings, beginnings, and action from God, action from Spirit. And the Cups in tarot represents water. And water is associated with love, nurture, inner being, and almost a formless transition, a change from a change of what is not seen. And so a deeper gratitude, a deeper appreciation. The Ace of Swords, which is the gift of knowledge, the gift of understanding. We could, in a way, say that the Ace of Swords is the gift of wisdom. The gift of wisdom that comes from our inner being, our inner knowing. Swords in tarot represent intellect, heart, mind, and how we bring about what is unseen to the seen. There's a third option. Cutting the ties, finding clarity. Your diligence and even your patience is starting to pay off and is going to pay off. I believe that's what we're not seeing. That in your relationships, in your personal relationships, in your private relationships, your honest communication is really starting to pay off. There's been perhaps you've been thinking that your words have been falling on deaf ears, or the words that you have been speaking, the conversations that you've been struggling to have, struggling to be open, struggling to be honest, struggling to find the right words. It's like you felt like maybe they've been falling on deaf ears, that you haven't been heard or you haven't been understood. But your patience and your diligence are really starting to pay off. They're really starting to take shape, where you're seeing or will soon begin to see results of all of the hard work that you've put into these conversations. And your conversations, your talks seem to be more relaxed, less forced and more free-flowing, more natural, not forced, very free-flowing. Like you have put your guard down, and those that you are talking with, those that you are communicating, have also put their guard down. And now that everyone, or you both, have put your guard down, you're seeing how well you do fit together, how well you do work together, and that you are a well-matched pair. Then we have the Temperance card. Bringing from the unseen to the seen. Creating something from nothing. No limits, no boundaries. Partnerships, relationships, love. Love is in the air. Love and celebrations. Here is that matched set, matched pair. The Temperance and the High Priestess. The Temperance and the High Priestess really do work well together. Each have found balance. Each has or is learning what is generally important to us or to ourselves. And here we show you coming together as a couple. Is there I feel like I'm spilling the beans here, Capricorn. Is there a marriage, a proposal, a committed relationship that you're ready to make public, that you're ready to share with those around you? I think that you have been working on this and in this relationship for a while, but it's been kind of kept quiet. It's kind of been only shared with a select few. But you are ready to make a big announcement. You've been wanting to make this announcement for a while, but you've kind of been putting it off. You've kind of been prolonging the announcement for as long as you can, and now you're really ready to let everyone know what this announcement is. And I am so very happy for you, Capricorn. Congratulations. You have, and before I let you go, were you able to pick the square? If you were not able to pick the square this week, what we've been talking about with some of my other signs is that, Spirit speaks to us each in our own way. And when we are practicing using our intuition, learning to use our intuition, it's learning to use the language that Spirit uses to speak to us. And that language is definitely unique to us. And so while some may see the square, some may have thought box, some may have thought diamond, Some may, so when we're practicing using our intuition, it's important to know what our feelings and what our thoughts were where we were focusing on this card. And then keep track of that. And so should this square come up in future, maybe if we're not thinking square, we may be thinking box. And so when we say, or we think box, we know that that is square. And that is the message that I have for the sign of Capricorn. Thank you, Capricorn. You have a blessed week.